ignite success. I'm your host, Snowden McFall, 25-year professional speaker, 6-time author, and coach for women in confident public speaking and money business breakthroughs. And I'm excited today because I have a wonderful guest. Laurie Lee is the owner and founder of the Legal Department, and she's a terrific lawyer. Welcome, Laurie.
Hi, Snowden. Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
I'm happy to. Like you said, I'm a business attorney. I focus on small service firms, and I'm the owner of the Legal Department for Service Professionals. Over the past 17 years, I have helped hundreds of small businesses capitalize on opportunities to grow their business stronger, all while avoiding costly mistakes.
So important. Those mistakes can add up and be very expensive. And I know that you're also continually innovating and providing all different services for your clients. You have something new and exciting called Door Number 4. What is that?
We do. I'm really excited about Door Number 4. And the title of it is very appropriate because we selected it as the fourth option for small businesses. Up until now, small businesses have only had 3 options when they have legal issues or need legal advice. The first option is to ignore the issue because it seems scary and overwhelming, complicated. So they ignore it, and we all know what happens when you ignore something. It grows and becomes stressful. So that's not an option, not a good option. Number 2 is they can go online, which too many people do, go online and do DIY research. And the internet is great for many things, but legal advice is not one of them. So legal advice that you get on the internet is oftentimes wrong, or even if it's right, it's not right for your circumstances. So it could be not applicable to a business in Florida. It could be not applicable in case there's, an exception. So it's just too complicated to do online DIY, and that can get small businesses in some real trouble. And then the third option, which is to go hire an attorney, which is a good option in many circumstances. It is costly, it's time consuming, but you do get to sit down with an attorney one-on-one, face-to-face, and they can explain to you exactly what you need. But it might not be good in every case because you might not know what questions to ask. So for all those situations where there's things you need to know, but you're just not sure the questions or you're not sure what it is to talk about, that's where Door Number 4 comes in, and that's the fourth option. And so we're really excited to be able to offer that.
So can you say a little bit more about what Door Number 4 really is? I understand the other options and the pitfalls of each, but how does Door Number 4 work?
It is, I like to describe it as attorney-guided DIY. So it's things that small business owners should be doing themselves, but they really don't know how to do themselves. And they need to have someone guide them through it. So I call it the icing level. We're not going to get into deep water. We're going to stick with the icing level, but it's month after month we meet and we go over things business owners, small business owners should know, should be doing. And it also comes with support materials. So those could be for a particular topic. We could be giving a template to use or a checklist, or it could just be a list of resources for future reference. So one example is, how do you read a contract when someone puts it in your face? What's the process for that? What are the things you need to look out for? So those are the kinds of things that we cover month after month. There are some levels of Door Number 4 where you get full access to me for ongoing issues that you might have. Or it's also another level where if you have legal work that needs to be done, we can build that into the Door Number 4 program. So we try to design it to fit circumstances for all small businesses, no matter where they are in the process, whether they're startups or whether they're well established. There's always a level that's appropriate for them.
That's awesome, because I know as a 2 business owner myself, owning 2 different companies, there's never been a legal manual that you get when you become a business owner. We don't have that. You just make certain assumptions and you go check things out based on people you've talked to and things like that. So this is a real godsend, I think, to small business. Can you give us an example where this might have come in handy if somebody had Door Number 4?
I have so many examples. I think one of the ones that's on the top of my mind recently was a client that I had, and I'm going to make up a name. I'm going to call him Mark. Mark had a business partner, and they had been in business together for over 10 years and worked fairly well, although it was a pretty bumpy relationship, up and down, up and down. They really hadn't set out their expectations for each other as far as who was involved in the business, who was not, when vacations going to be taken. So there was all kinds of conflicts going on, arguments over and over again. And finally, they just said, look, we can't do this anymore. The was very successful, 7 figures, multiple 7-figure business. And it just was a great business, but the two of them just had it with each other. So we spent about 6 months negotiating the breakup of that business. Fortunately, we were able to do it, but it was costly, time consuming, stressful. So with door number 4, the things that we cover for business partners is, if you already have a business partner, or if you're looking to go into business with someone, what are the things that you should be thinking about? What are the things you should be discussing? What actually needs to go into a contract? And sometimes when we're talking to people, they have no idea what they're even supposed to be thinking about. So it's one of those things that it's a process, it's collaborative, but it gives them what they need to be doing ahead of time to avoid those circumstances that Mark got into.
I understand. And it's so important because I think what you just said, they don't know what they don't know. And so I think small business owners, that's a really important point. What advice do you have for women business owners?
That's a good one, actually. And I've been thinking a lot about this the past couple of years, because I have a lot of clients who are women business owners, and I'm involved in a lot of women organizations. And I think one of the things that I see the most often, and I experience this myself from the legal industry, is we come in thinking that, business is a man's world. And I think that it's important for women to know that we naturally have capabilities and skills that lend itself to business. And so listen to yourself, I think, is my biggest piece of advice. Is you don't necessarily have to listen to everyone. Only listen to those people that you admire and that have proven the expertise. But most of all, listen to yourself, because you do have what it takes to succeed in business.
Yes, I think that's really important. Women need to trust themselves more, not be swayed by relatives or even husbands, but really focus on their own capabilities, their own competencies, and not hold themselves back. So,
Absolutely.
how can people get a hold of you, Laurie, to find out more about door number 4 and the legal department?
So our website has a lot of resources. It also discusses door number 4 in our resource tab. So I can give you the website. It is the legal department, all spelled out, the legal department.law, law. And we have videos, blog articles, and obviously we have a lot of information about door number 4. We do offer a free seminar that we're offering at the beginning of January that talks about door number 4 in detail, explains how the program works, for those people who might be interested in having that resource for their business.
Terrific. Well, thank you for all you do and all the great work out there. And have a wonderful new year in 2021.
Thank you, Snowden. Thank you very much. You too.
Thanks for watching Ignite Success. We have more interviews with great women coming up soon.